In this country, we have land millionaires who cannot afford to pay their hospital bills. An average Kenyan earns 15,000 Kenyan shillings, which is about $150. Yet the cheapest decent apartments or houses you can find in the market are from 4 million Kenyan shillings. There seems to be no limit upwards. The prices of lands and properties in Kenya are ridiculously high. And again, real estate is ranked as one of the most profitable businesses you can invest in Kenya in the year 2021. Each time I see such luxury apartments or properties of like 57 million Kenyan shillings, 20 million Kenyan shillings, I ask myself one simple question. What percentage of Kenyan, or what percentage of an average Kenyan can afford to buy such luxury? Hi everyone, I'm Mercy, and in this video we are going to talk about real estate investment in Kenya, or rather real estate in Kenya. Now, as mentioned before, apparently real estate is ranked number 2 just after agribusiness as one of the most profitable businesses you can invest in Kenya in the year 2021. While I can understand why agribusiness tops this list, I'm not sure real estate should be in this top 10 list. Well, for beginners, many of you probably know, but it's a capital intensive venture. Apparently, there is a nationwide housing deficit of about 200,000 units per year, and this has accumulated over the years to about 2 million units. Nearly 21% of Kenyans in the urban households live in slums. Looking at this data, you might think, yes, there is a market. I agree with you, there is a market, but it depends which class of income earners are you targeting with your property, because that is where the problem is. Now, let's have a look first at what has been in the Kenyan real estate market. The Kenyan real estate market has grown exponentially in the past 20 years. This has been due to infrastructural developments such as improved roads, utility connections, and upgrade of key airports. There is rapid urbanization in Kenya at a rate of 4.4%, meaning 500,000 Kenyans move from the villages to the cities in comparison to the rest of the world where the urbanization rates lies by 2.5%. There has been total returns of returns of averaging at 25% and a stable GPD. Now, in an attempt for the government to combat this housing deficit, they made some measures back then in the year 2018, like subsidizing construction materials such as to attract more investors. Now, back then, between the year 2011 and 2014, I think those were the peak years in the real estate market in Kenya. People were buying and selling. The market was booming. And I say people were buying properties or lands and selling them just after a short period of time. And of course, at speculative prices, the cash flow from the Kenyan diaspora has apparently played also a significant role in skyrocketing property prices in Kenya. There was a study which was carried out between 2011 and 2012. I got this data from Wikipedia. I'll put the link down below if you're interested. This was assayed between 2011 and 2012, and basically they were comparing the percentage of increase of commodities or of properties in big cities such as Mombasa, Nairobi, Miami, Bali, and Jakarta, and many more. Now, the price increase of properties in Nairobi and Mombasa between 2011 and 2012 increased by 25% and 20% respectively, higher than the price increase in cities like Miami, where the price increase was at 19.1%, or in London, where the price increase was like 12.1%, or in Toronto, where the price increase was 8.5%. As said, I got this data from Wikipedia. I'll put the link down below. Now, the past 3 to 4 years, things have started to change. From 2018, there has been a general decline of occupancy rates, or even people who are willing or who are capable to buy properties at the asking prices. This has led to the fact that many people who are trying to let out their properties or to sell their properties, investors who are trying to sell their properties or to let out their properties, they're not able to get tenants or buyers who can be able, who are able to pay the asking price. Meaning they have been able to, for instance, slash down on the rent, so at least they get somebody to occupy the place. So before the place is completely empty, they get at least something which they have to top up from their pockets, because after all they have to pay the mortgage. Now, I said this bracket of housing where the investors have mostly been targeting high class to middle class income earners. At least in my opinion, this bracket of housing, this is exhausted, and there is oversupply in this bracket of houses. Yeah, so now the weird part is, or what I find funny is, there seem to be in every corner of the big cities, there seem to be a construction site, and there are properties being put up like daily, and they are not cheap properties. Like I had a look at the market today, and there are properties for like 12 million Kenyan shillings, 13 million Kenyan shillings, 24 million Kenyan shillings, and the cheapest one was 4.25 million Kenyan shillings. And of course there are ones for like 99 million shillings, 60 million shillings, and 35 million shillings. And I say the price upwards seem to be to no end. I look at such properties and ask, like, in all honesty, which Kenyan can afford to buy such properties? Are these investors targeting Kenyans? And are they seriously investing so much to target the small percentage of Kenyans who are able to afford such properties? Because I mean, let's not even start with the COVID-19 era, which impacted the economy globally, but also saw hundreds of Kenyans being laid off, losing their jobs. In fact, a statistic which was carried out by the Kenyan National Bureau of Statistics in June 2020 showed that 6 out of 10 breadwinners were only 6 out of 10 breadwinners were unable to provide for their families. Now, many Kenyans struggle to pay rent. They've always struggled, and now with the COVID, they struggle even more. They struggle to pay rent. Many even made negotiated flexible payment plans with their landlords, and so there was already oversupply in this bracket of housing, but now the oversupply seem to be even more. Now, there was a study which was carried out in Kenya in 2015. I don't think much has changed about it. This was just to put Kenyans in groups, like which percentage is high class, which percentage is middle class, which percentage is low class. Now, according to this study, there was the Kenyans who earn at least $1,000 a month are classified as high class income earners, and this is just 2.9% Kenyans. And then there are the middle class income earners. These earn between $500 to $1,000, and this is 23% of Kenyans. And then the majority, the 74%, earn between $0 to $500, and the majority of these low income earners earn, or rather the average of these low income earners earn just 15,000 Kenyan shillings, which is $150. Now, most of the houses you see, I said, the cheapest apartment or house, a decent one I could find, was going for like a 4.25 mil. Now, I don't think this person has a chance to even get a loan from the bank to acquire such a property, and unfortunately, investors have been targeting more income. So far, investors have been targeting high class to middle class income earners, and there are not just so many high and middle middle-income earners in Kenya. So I know many people who have been trying to sell their houses or properties, be it land or in Kitengela or some property in Lavington. I know many people who have been trying to sell them, but they cannot sell them because the asking price, an average Kenyan cannot afford the asking price. And as said, the investors who have been targeting high class to middle class income earners, this market is already exhausted. So what happens? The places just they can't sell their properties, they can't sell their lands, the pieces of land, they can't sell their properties. So yeah, and as a result, the market will have to correct itself at some point, or I think the market, it has already started correcting itself from more sellers market to more balanced buyers market. Now, right now, they are, so to say, they are so-called opportunistic buyers or tenants who are placing low rent offers or purchase offers in hope to meet distressed buyers, distressed sellers, or just to meet landlords who are distressed and just want somebody to occupy the place. And you can't blame them because maybe they can't honestly afford the asking price, so they place what they can afford. In the process of wait and see attitude, the prices are bound to go down because I say the bank wants their money. They are not people who are willing to pay the asking price, so the investors will be forced or are already forced to go a little bit down with their prices. And this is already being watched in places like Kilimani and Kileleshwa. Like, this is a recent article which I found online from the 9th of February, where places like Kileleshwa and Kilimani, the rents are going down for the first time in the past few years. And in places like Thika Road, Thika Road used to be hot cake. If you had a piece of land there or a property there, you were on the good side. But now apparently the prices are hitting low. They are already going down. And I say this is also a recent article of February 2021. Now, is the market going to crash soon? I don't know. I'm not an expert, but there are lots of videos talking about the housing market crashing soon. Well, they say what goes up must come down. And I say there are not just so many high class and middle class income earners in Kenya, and so far the investors have been targeting these people. So yeah, they will be forced at some point to go down, much further down with their prices, so they can get potential buyers or tenants. So should you invest in the Kenyan real estate? Well, it depends with which bracket of how people you want to target. If you want to target high class and middle class, that is probably not a good idea to invest in such properties right now, in such luxury apartments right now. But if you can invest in properties which a low class or a low class earner can afford in Kenya, then there is a huge market for such for affordable properties in Kenya. So in the meantime, if you are waiting for the prices to correct themselves, maybe there are a few things you probably should do, or you probably want to do. Like, you want to save as much as possible. Probably you are already doing that. Have a list of places you want to own a property in, and get in touch with a realtor. You want to have good realtors because they are the first to know if the prices are beginning to go down. You want a realtor who will keep you informed and also keep yourself informed. Yeah, and you also want to become expert in the housing. In the house, you want to know a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of roofing. You want to also to get informed of what you would need to have a solar system, because at the long run, that is the cheapest option. One more thing you want to keep in mind: if the prices go down, the interest rates are more likely to go up. So you also want to keep your credit score as high as possible. So thank you for watching, and I hope you like this video. Please let me know about your thoughts in in the comment section, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.